Dice breakers. I turned down an incremental review last week because I don't review incremental games. Then I saw this one had dice, and I'm a sucker for dice. So I ended up playing it for close to 2 hours and moving my mouse in circles across 80 dice at once. You start with a mat and some dice on it. I clicked one, it rolled, it lost a chunk of its little health bar on the top of it. I kept clicking and eventually it broke and gave me a coin. The animation when the die flips does the same job as a slot machine reel, and the coin noise on a break is the reward layer sitting on top of that. Once both of them landed on me at once, I stopped questioning why I was playing an incremental clicker, and the upgrade menus just opened up. The upgrade system splits into 3 separate menus, and figuring that out is where the game started feeling like real decisions. First, the dice themselves come in colours: copper, silver and gold. Each colour has its own upgrade tree, so you're deciding whether to push the coppers up a rank or start pouring cash into silvers because they pay better per break. Second, there is a tools menu where your own upgrades live. That's where the tap radius unlock lets you one-click several dice, and further up the same menu sits the unlock that changed the game for me. You stop clicking and just move your cursor across the map, and every die it touches flips. The third is where the NPC menu, which we'll come back to later. The reason I stayed is what happens when all of that stacks up. The map fills with over 80 dice. You've got minions flipping ones you missed, floating hands throwing 3 at a time, and the cursor over move on top of all of it. When all of those layers sit on the same board and I move the mouse across them, the whole thing runs itself. Coins were pouring in faster than I could read them, and dice were breaking in cascades that took whole sections of the mat with them. And my minions were still chasing the leftovers. And that's the moment an incremental clicker exists to earn. Prestige runs off the total gold collected. My first run gave me 10 talent points to spending on a tree. The catch is those talent points only apply when you restart the game, so building your next run, not the current one. I went full NPC build. Every point on more minions, more floating hands and faster helpers, because in every incremental automation it's meant to eventually out-earn your fingers. In this one it didn't. The bottom corner has a counter splitting money per minute between what you're earning and what the helpers are earning. My number stayed above theirs significantly the whole run, which means the automation branch limits the scope for strategic depth rather than being a challenge to overcome. My next run, every one of those talent points goes into the active clicker side. I couldn't fully explain the moment why I sat there for 2 hours. Nothing about the loop is particularly new for the genre. What it does have is dice, and the flip animation, and that coin noise, and the map that always has one more upgrade sitting just above where you left. So every time I told myself I was going to stop, I ended up saying, can I just push a little bit more? The demo is live now, and the full release is planned for 2026 with no specific date. My verdict is a play. Dice Breakers doesn't reinvent the incremental clicker genre, and the NPC branch of its prestige tree isn't pulling much weight, but it kept me sat there for 2 hours on a genre I said I don't review, and that is what a play verdict means. Check out the next video to see if it could be your new favourite game. I play the demos, you play the hits, and I'll see you on the next one.